Krishna, everyone. So we will now start with the class. So before starting the class, let's do the prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshadarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So now we'll start with the class. So today we'll be starting with the 7th chapter. So see, basic summary about the 6th chapter. So see, we had the first 6 chapters. Now see, first 6 chapters is like, you know how the sandwich is. First there is a layer of bread. Then there is the main stuffing, which is the main part of the sandwich, or maybe you can say anything, sandwich or burger. Okay, the middle layer, which is the main layer, that is the stuffing and vegetables or whatever, and then at the end also there is a layer of bread. Okay, so the main layer, the tasty layer, is basically the middle layer. So similarly in Bhagavad Gita, if we see, the first 6 chapters are related to karma yoga. Okay, they just talk about karma yoga, and the last 6 chapters are related to Jnana Yoga. Okay, but the 6 chapters in the middle, they are the most important chapters. Okay, and that's the 6 chapters in the middle, that's the 7th to 12th chapter. All these chapters are very important because they talk about Bhakti Yoga, and we know that even in 6th chapter we see that we saw that the topmost yogi is the one who is in Bhakti Yoga. So therefore Bhakti Yoga is the topmost of all the yoga systems. So that's why the middle 6 chapters which talk about the Bhakti Yoga, that are considered the most important and the main chapters of Bhagavad Gita. So now we are entering into that section from 7th to 12th chapter. Okay, so this is a brief about the chapter 7, where we'll see about all these things. Basically, it's talking about the opulences of Lord and all those things. Who surrender to God, who don't surrender to God, and all those. Okay, now let's start. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Maya Sakta Manah Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashraya Asamshay Samagrambam Yathagnyasya Se Chatshrino. Okay, Ms. Shri Mataji can read.
Now hear, O son of Pritha Arjuna, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full free from doubt.
So here if we see, Lord Krishna is continuing from the previous chapter, where he's talking about the yoga, and he's saying that how by practice yoga, you can attach your mind to me and meditate upon the form of the Lord. Okay. Okay. Now talking about about Lord Krishna, who is the supreme absolute truth. Okay. So see that if we see, there are three stages of God realization, I think I explained this in the second chapter also, but let's have a quick recap. Okay. So see, just like how you see a sun. Okay. Now in sun, first what you see, from outside what you see, you can only see the sunshine that is coming on your eyes. Okay. Now if you go slower, slowly, more slower, slowly, more closer towards the sun, then you can see the surface of the sun, which can be also called the sun disk. Okay. And slowly, if you go inside, that you enter the planet, then you will be able to see the sun god. And the current sun god is Vivaswan. We also discussed that in the fourth chapter. Okay. So you will be able to enter into the sun planet, and you will be able to see the sun god, who is the main controller of the sun. Similarly, we can take another example. Okay. So suppose, let's say there are people from very far. Okay. They don't know what a train is. Okay. So they will see from very far, they'll see some line is going, okay, towards some area. Okay. Then slowly they'll be able to see, oh, okay, some blocks that are moving so rapidly. And when they go inside, they see, oh, okay, it's a train, it's a mode of transport where even people are there inside it. So similarly, just like there are these three stages in sun, similarly there's three stages in God realization. First is the impersonal Brahman, where people think God is just light, but that's not correct. uh, if you then get into further realization, you'll realize God, the Krishna as Paramatma, who is lying in our heart. Okay. And slowly, when you revise so much, you get the understanding that Krishna is a personality. That's why he's called the supreme personality of God. So he's a person. He's not some light, or he's not some uh, uh, he's not some light or something, or someone who does not have a form. He has a form. So then you can see how Krishna does his pastimes with his devotees and all. So this is what it explains, that there are three stages of God realization. What are the three stages of God realization? Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so the three stages of God realization are Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Okay. So remember this. Okay. And see, now how do we attain them? See, by Jnana Yoga, we can understand, we can get Brahman realization. By Ashtanga Yoga, we'll get Paramatma realization. And Bhakti Yoga, we'll realize God as Bhagavan, a person. Okay. Now see, we see the 9 process of devotional service. Okay. Okay. So there is a shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam. You can see in 7th canto, 5th chapter, from 23rd verse to 24th verse. Now what does this say? Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmani Vedanam. Okay. So here actually this is the conversation going on between Prahlad Maharaj and uh, Prahlad Maharaj and his father. Okay. So what does he say to his father Hiranyakashipu? He says that there are 9 processes of devotional service. Okay. Now what has he mentioned? Shravanam. Okay. So we'll start with the basics. Okay. Now how do you enter into Krishna consciousness? How did you get connected to Krishna consciousness? By hearing. First, what you did, first you attended the Bhagavad Gita classes, maybe the first level of Bhagavad Gita classes, or maybe you attended Sunday school. From that you started hearing, okay? So by hearing, you slowly got introduced into Krishna consciousness. So this is one of the process of
Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam.
yes. So first process is Shravanam, okay, and Kirtanam. After that, what we said suggested that in the classes we told you that you should chant Hare Krishna mantra, and slowly you started doing chanting also, okay. So Shravanam, Kirtanam. Now slowly what will happen uh, by chanting and hearing, slowly you will start remembering about God, okay, that you'll remember the past times, you'll remember the teachings of God and all, okay. Then these are the three processes which are interconnected, okay. Then we see the other way is Pada Sevanam, okay. Pada Sevanam means serving the Lord's lotus feet, like there are some people who offer tulsi to the lotus feet of Lord and all. So that is called serving the lotus feet, okay. Then there is Archanam, that is deity worship, that we see in our temples also. There is deity worship going on, okay, where we worship. In our temples we worship the Radha Govinda deities, okay. So that is that is a form of deity worship, okay. Then there is Vandanam, praying to God, okay, where you start praying, like, and then Dasyam means becoming the servant, like just like how a servant does all the work said by his master. Similarly, you showed your devotional service by becoming the servant of God. Then second is Sakhyam, that is friendship. So just like there were friends of Krishna in Vrindavan and all. So that is how the relation of friendship, which is also one of the process of devotion. And the last process is Atma Nivedana, where you completely surrender yourself. Okay. So now examples of each of them are, see, Shravanam, which is hearing, we see Maharaj Parikshit. Okay. You can say Maharaj Parikshit because because Shukadev Goswami recited the Bhagavatam to Maharaj Parikshit, and that's how he got delivered. Okay. Then in Kirtanam or chanting or glorifying, we see Shukadev Goswami because he is narrating the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. So he's basically glorifying and chanting the name of God. Okay. Then Smaranam, that is remembering. Prahlad Maharaj is a great example where even in the worst conditions, he used to only remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. So that's how the example for Smaranam is Prahlad Maharaj. Then Pada Sevan means serving the lotus feet. So see, the goddess of fortune, who is the wife of Lord Vishnu, Lakshmi Devi, she always serves the lotus feet of Lord by massaging the feet, okay. So that is the example of serving the lotus feet or Pada Sevanam, okay. Then Archanam, Maharaj Prithu. Maharaj Prithu is one of the the story of Maharaj Prithu is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so he attends devotional service by doing deity worship. Okay, then we have praise, Vandanam. You see Akrura. Akrura, if you remember, is one of the actually he was one of the agents of Kamsa, the demon Kamsa, he was sent to call Krishna and Balram for a wrestling match. So by inviting them to wrestling match, he actually want them to be killed or injured. Okay, so but actually Akrura was a devotee of Lord Krishna, so that's why he was constantly praying to Lord Krishna and wanted to get the darshan of the Lord. So That's why he did constant praise, and that's why the example for Vandanam is Akrura. Then we see Dasyam. Okay, Dasyam means becoming the servant of God. Just like Hanuman. Hanuman was following all the orders given by Lord Sri Ram. So he was showing the Dasya bhav. Then there is Sakhyam, where Arjuna was one of the best friends of Lord Krishna. Okay. And Atma Nivedanam is complete surrender. That was done by Maharaj Bali to Vaman Dev. Okay. Where he completely surrendered all his properties. Okay. Now, coming to the next sloka, Jnanam teham sa vijnanam idam vakshyamya sheshatah yajnatva neha bhuyo nyaj jnatva jnataivam jnatavyam avishishyate. Okay, who wants to read?
Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes.
Now I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and luminous, by knowing which there shall remain nothing further to be known.
Okay. So now Krishna is trying to disclose such a type of knowledge that after knowing this knowledge, you will feel like there is no need to acquire any more knowledge. Like it is the best type of knowledge. So here, Krishna will be explaining about the difference between matter and the spirit. Okay. Okay. मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चित् मां वेति तत्त्वतः. Joraj Prabhu, you can read.
Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth.
Okay, so here Krishna is explaining how many people endeavor for perfection, but hardly people know about Lord Krishna. Okay, that's why it said Brahmanda Brahmite kon Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Bhai Bhakti Lata means what does it say that who is that fortunate soul in this world that who has got, who by the mercy of the spiritual master and God got the Bhakti Lata bees, that is the seed of devotional service, who has got his seed of devotional service implanted in the heart. Okay, so that's why they are saying who is that fortunate soul, because only extremely fortunate souls are get the opportunity to know about Lord Krishna. Even it said in this chapter only, we'll see in the 19th sloka, Bahunam Janma Namate Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvabhiti Mahatma Sudurlabha. That after many births, okay, millions and millions of births, people get to know about Lord Krishna or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and one who surrenders, such a person is very rare. That's what they say. So therefore, performing Krishna consciousness is very rare. So that's why you are one of those very rare people. So therefore, you should consider yourself so much fortunate, because Krishna has given you so much of mercy. Okay. Rarely man attains perfection. Out of the perfected souls, rarely some understand Krishna. Okay. I read one thing. Okay, it was showing that, see, out of 84 million species, only there is one species. Only there are some like 100 species of humans. Okay, now out of those human species, there are many people who are uncivilized. Now among those civilized people, there are many people who do not know about Vedas. Among those people who know about Vedas, among them there are very few people who follow the Vedas. Among those very few people who follow the Vedas, there are very few Jnana yogis. Out of thousands of Jnana yogi, there is many Ashtanga yogis, okay, Karma yogis and Ashtanga yogis, okay, and out of all those Ashtanga yogis, there are many people who are perfect souls or Nitya Siddha, okay, and among those, it is very, very rare to find a devotee of Lord Krishna. So this shows how rare, how rare are you that among so many things you are just you are like means you are very, very rare because you are a devotee of Lord Krishna. So that's why it is very important to perform devotional service. Okay. Now we'll see we'll see the material and spiritual energies of Lord Krishna. Okay. Bhumir apo anilo vayu khambano buddhirev ja ahankara iti yamme pinna prakriti ashtada. Now, what does it say? Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego, all together, these 8 constitute by separated material energies. Okay. So, there are 8 energies of Lord Krishna. Okay. Now, see, you know about Panchatattva? The Panchatattva are the 5 elements which are present in this material world. Even our body is made up of Panchatattva. It is also called Panchadhatu. Okay. Now, what are these 5 elements? Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Okay. Earth is the soil and all those things. Okay. Water is water. So fire and air and ether is basically cloud. You could say cloud. Akash tattva maybe. So you can say probably that uh, ether is means the uh, is like element present in clouds. So you can say the uh, ether is similar to cloud, I guess. Okay. So now, at that these are the gross elements. Okay, gross elements means those which you can touch, or physical elements you can say. And then there are subtle elements. Subtle elements means which you cannot touch. You just have a feeling, okay, of having it, but you don't actually you cannot take it out and touch it. So like mind, intelligence, and false ego. Can you touch ego? No, because it's a feeling, or it's subtle, it's internal. Okay, it's something that you can't touch. Okay, so mind, intelligence, and false ego. So these are the eight energies of Lord Krishna. So see, 5 of them are physical elements or gross elements, which are earth, water, fire, air, ether. Okay, and there are 3 subtle elements, that is mind, intelligence, and false ego. Okay, so everyone, please remember this. Okay. Apareyam tastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhuta mahabaho yedam daryate jagat. Who wants to read this? Okuri Mataji.
Mataji. Beside these, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind, which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature.
So this is the inferior
Prabhu?
energy, okay, which is physical. Yes, who is talking?
Tanmay.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I have finished it. I'm telling you, that's why.
Okay. So yes. So these are the inferior energies. Okay. Now there is a superior energy, and the superior engine and energy are we, the living entities. Okay, who are basically the superior energy is superior to the inferior energy. Therefore, the living entities are the superior energy who are exploiting the resources of this inferior energy, which are these 8 elements. Okay, all created beings have their source in these two natures of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world, known for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I am outside. So can you put for recording Prabhuji
Yes, yes,
today's
I
class?
have put it to live stream, so you will automatically get the recording. Yes. So there are two natures. Okay, there's material and spiritual nature. Okay. So what does Lord Krishna says that he is the origin and the dissolution, means he is the cause of origin and the dissolution. So he is the one who creates it and destroys it. Okay. So therefore, uh, everything is made by Lord Krishna. Okay. Just a minute. How to exit this? Just give me 1 minute. I'm not able to exit this. Okay, fine. Yes. So now there is this is what is they are talking about. Okay, that these are the gross and the subtle elements. Okay. Now I'll explain a little bit of the Purusha incarnations. Okay, Purusha avatar. Okay, so understand this very properly. Okay, so see there is how does the material nature form? Okay, so see there are three Vishnus. Okay, three Purusha avatars. Okay, which are called as Karnodakshayi Vishnu, Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, and Shirodakshayi Vishnu. Karnodakshayi Vishnu, basically Dakshayi means one who means sits. So I'm not sure what you exactly call, but one who resides in that. Okay, so one who resides in the Karana ocean, that is Karnodakshayi. Then Garbha ocean or Garbhada ocean, in that there is Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, and Kshirodakshayi Vishnu is in the Kshir. Kshir means milk. Okay, so there is ocean of milk or Kshir ocean. In that ocean, Kshirodakshayi Vishnu is there. Okay, now see, I'll explain you better with the help of Goloka chart. Okay, just a minute. Okay, can you see this? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is Karnodakshayi Vishnu, okay, which I was talking about. He's also called Mahavishnu. So what happens is that from his body, there are pores, okay. These various golden eggs, okay. From these eggs, what will happen is that each will come under the influence of the material nature and they will form an individual universe. So therefore, there are millions of universes like this, okay. Now, when this Karnodakshayi Vishnu or Mahavishnu enters into each of this universe, he comes as Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, who sits on the Garbhodaka ocean. Okay. Now, what does he do? From in our universe, okay, we have four-headed Brahma. Okay. So from his navel, Lord Brahma was born. Okay. So and he Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, who means Karnodakshayi Vishnu, who enters into each and every universe is called Garbhodakshayi Vishnu. Okay. Now this Garbhodakshayi Vishnu expands further. He enters into each and every atom and each and every living entity. Okay. So now when he expands and goes into each and every atom, he's called Kshirodakshayi Vishnu. Can you see this? See, Kshirodakshay Vishnu. And he, upon it, there is an ocean of milk. Okay. Kshira means milk. Okay. So, the Vishnu who resides on the ocean of milk is called Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Okay. So, these are the three Purusha avatars. One is Karnodakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Okay. So, just remember this. Okay. Karnodakshay Vishnu is Mahavishnu. Okay. Kshirodakshay Vishnu is Garbhodakshay Vishnu is the one who created Lord Brahma from his navel, and there is Kshirodakshay Vishnu, who is also the Paramatma, which enters into each and every atom and heart. I hope everybody understood this.
So means Kshirodakshay Vishnu is in everyone.
Yeah, he is in every heart, even in each and every atom. Okay.
Okay.
So this is just some things which you need to know. Yes. Now there is. I hope everybody is understanding everything. Okay. If I'm clear to you, okay, please say yes. Are you understanding what I'm saying, or
Yes,
Prabhuji.
kind of puzzle that you are trying to?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. So now these are the Krishna's energies or Shaktis. Okay. So there are three Shaktis: Antaranga Shakti, Tata Shakti, and Bahiranga Shakti. Okay. So basically, this is called internal, marginal, and external potency. Okay. Internal potency, if we see, are the is related to yoga maya. I think that I won't explain that much because it might make you more confused. Okay. Then there is Tatashra Shakti. Okay. Or marginal potency. Marginal potency is avi, the soul, or jivas, or you can say the living entities. Okay. Yes. And there is Bahiranga Shakti, that is external potency, which is inferior. We saw in that verse, right? That there is another superior energy which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior energy. So the inferior energy which is also the external potency or Bahiranga Shakti, is called as, is the one which consists of these 8 elements. And this is Tatastha Shakti, which is the marginal potency and which is the superior one. Okay. So it comprises of the living entities. Okay. Now 7.7. Matta parantaram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mahi sarvam idam protam sutre mani gana iva. Kalakota. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. O conqueror of wealth.
O conqueror of wealth, there is no trust
Superior to me.
support to me. Everything rests
Upon
me as pearls are struggling on a thread.
Okay. O conqueror of wealth, there is truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are stuck on a thread. Okay. So here Krishna is explaining there is no truth superior to me. Okay. So Krishna is the ultimate, or he is the supreme. Okay. And everybody is there. Everybody is resting upon me, just like how pearls are strung on a thread. Okay. Yes. Now, these are the different opulences of Lord Krishna. It's mentioned in the verses, okay? But we have given in the form of table, so it can be understood very easily. Okay. So Krishna, among the taste, okay? In the taste, he is the taste of water, okay? Taste of, so see, if we see water, okay? Now water is very, suppose let's say water is actually tasteless, okay? But suppose, let's say you are very thirsty, okay? Now, if you now, like, you are very sweaty and you, like, literally very thirsty that you require water, like, very badly, okay? And then you drink water, that same water, which you might find tasteless, will give you a lot of pleasure, or not pleasure, in terms, like, it will give you a lot of satisfaction, and it will give you a lot of, you know, so that same water will become tasteful. So therefore, the taste of, you can compare Krishna to the taste of water, okay? Now, why are we doing? Now you might ask, wait, what is the use of knowing all these opulences and all? So suppose, let's say you are drinking water, okay? And our, see, we also just right now saw there are 9 processes. Among that, one of them is smarana, or remembering, okay? So if we understand these opulences, okay, then suppose when you are drinking the water, you remember Lord Krishna. Oh, is the taste of water, okay? Then among the light, okay, light source is the sun or the moon, okay? Now they are the main source of light, okay? Now see, you might argue that, oh, moon is not the source of light, it just reflects. But here they are telling in the terms like, though it reflects light, but it at least it appears to, like, show light, okay? And among all the stars, if we see, the moon is the main, okay? Not stars, I would say, or in the night sky, okay? Moon is the main, okay? So therefore it is considered as source of light here, okay? Then Om, among the Vedic mantras, it is Om, okay? Yes. It's a sound. It is a sound among in ether and ability in man, okay? And in fragrance, it's he's like the fragrance of the earth, okay? Then among heat, it's the fire, okay? In heat, okay, what's the major source of heat? Fire, okay? When there is fire, then only heat can come, okay? So just like that, we are also in parts and parcels of God, and it's just like that, opulence, okay? Now life, all that lives, penance, all ascetics, original seat, all existence. It is intelligence among the intelligent, and prowess among the all powerful men. Prowess means strength, okay? And he's the strength of the of the strong, and uh, he he is one of the opulences, sex life, which is not contrary to the religious principles, okay? Yes. Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajas rajasastamasascha ye matta evati tan viddhi natvaham teshu te mai. Know that all states of being, be they goodness, passion, or ignorance, are manifested by my energy. I am in one sense everything, but I am independent. I am not under the modes of material nature, for they are on the contrary, are for they on the contrary are within me. Okay, so uh, Krishna is not controlled by Maya; he is the controller of Maya. Okay, so Maya has the 3 modes of material nature, which is goodness, passion, and ignorance. Okay. Rajasic, Tamasic, and Sattvic. Yes. The 3 modes of matter in nature are controlled by Krishna. Okay. Deluded by the 3 modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, the whole world does not know me, who am the modes of who am above the modes and inexhaustible. Okay. Because because people are so engaged in the material world that they don't have any time for remembering the Supreme Lord, and therefore Krishna mentions that the whole world does not know me. Okay. Like, the whole world does not know Lord Krishna as he is. Okay. Devi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya Mamaiva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metantarantite. So who would like to read the translation? Remai Mataji.
Can I read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
This divine energy of mind consisting of the three modes of material nature is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it.
Okay. So it's like, just a minute. Yeah, okay. So Krishna has this divine energy of him. So that is Maya. Okay. So it's very difficult, which consists of the three modes of material nature. Okay. Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. That is goodness, passion, and ignorance. Okay. And it's very difficult to overcome. But those who are surrendering unto Lord Krishna, they can easily cross beyond it. Okay. So therefore, suppose let's say there is a dog. Okay. Now you are very scared of the dog. Okay. That dog is like is barking you too much. Okay. Now what you do? You say that you request the master of the dog. Okay. Or the person who owns that dog. Okay. You say, please save me from him. Okay. And then he can easily control. Okay. He can easily control the dog. Okay. So similarly, Krishna. Okay. If you want to go above the modes of material nature, what we have to do? We have to pray. We have to do devotional service of the controller of Maya, and the controller of Maya is Lord Krishna. Okay. Yes. Yes. Now see, we'll be discussing in these two verses. We'll be discussing the four types of people who do not surrender and the four types of people who surrender. Namam duskriti no mudha prapandante naradhama maya pahrita jnana asuram bhavam ashrita. Okay.
Prabhu, can I read the translations?
Yes.
Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the aesthetic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes. So the here Krishna is describing the four kinds of people who do not surrender unto me. Okay. The ones who are foolish. Okay. The ones who are foolish, who are not intelligent enough, they do not surrender unto Lord Krishna. They think they are the controller. Okay. So that's it. Here Krishna is mentioning them as grossly foolish. Lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion. Okay. One who is so much, one whose mind is so much into the material activities that he is not able to get the proper knowledge. Okay. And because his knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of the demons. Okay. The one who have the mentality of an atheist. Okay. Now see, atheist means the one who does not believe in God. Okay. So one who is like, no, they will use all type of theories and all, and they'll say, oh, God does not exist. Okay. Yes. So Mudas are those grossly foolish who are like simply working all day. Then Naradhamas, okay, lowest of mankind. Then Asuram Bhavam Ashrita, the ones who are envious to the God, and they are atheistic demons. Okay. Maya apahrita jnana means those whose knowledge is stolen by illusion. Okay. So all those who are of demonic nature do not surrender unto God. Okay. Now see, here lowest of mankind does not refer to any particular caste or something. It means like those who those, you can say, the same category as Buddhas, the ones who are grossly foolish and who simply work all day, okay, not knowing what to do and what not to do, okay. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritin orjuna artho jignasur arthati jnani cha paratarshava. Okay, wait, one example of how to explain Buddhas, okay. So see, if you see those people, okay, who are like, okay, suppose let's say there is a person, what does a herder of a donkey do, okay? The herder of a donkey, he puts the carrot right in front of the donkey's mouth, okay, and the donkey will always be like, okay, this time, and he puts the load on his back, okay, the herder, okay. So now what does the herder do? He takes the carrot more and more front, okay. Now what does the donkey think? Donkey think like, okay, now after I pass this step, I will get the carrot. Okay, now I'll get the carrot. Now I get the carrot. Now I'll get the carrot. But in that desire, he's never going to get the carrot. Okay, so that's why. Therefore, it is. Therefore, if you see that those people who are just like that, who are so mad behind desires, that they work, keep on working, even though it fails. Okay. So those people who do not know what to do and what not to do, you can say they are Buddhas, okay? The grossly foolish people, okay? Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukriti norjuna artho jignasur arthati jnani cha paratarshava, okay? So there are 4 kind of pious people who surrender unto God, okay? Yes. Yes. So first is artho. Artho means the one who is distressed, okay. Just like if you see the example of Draupadi, okay, during that game of dice, if you see, Draupadi was, they were trying to take out the dress of the Draupadi, okay. I mean, which was a very vicious and very bad act from the side of the Kauravas, okay. So that's why when she called towards Lord Krishna, Lord Krishna, because she was in the distress condition, so that's why Lord Krishna helped him. Okay, so that's how you can say she surrendered unto the God. The desire of wealth. Okay, if we see, we can take the example of Dhruv Maharaj. Okay, now what is the story of Dhruv Maharaj? Is that he actually wanted a kingdom larger, larger than his than his great grandfather. I mean Lord Brahma. Okay, he wanted a very large kingdom. Okay, because he was insulted by his stepmother. Okay. Then there is Jignasur, that is the inquisitive. Okay, the one who is very inquisitive, one who wants to know about the knowledge. Just like I think many of you might have joined Bhagavad Gita because you are inquisitive. You are curious to know that what is there in this Bhagavad Gita that people say it's such a nice book and it's the is the solution to all the problems and all. So what is there in this book? That's how inquisitive people surrender unto the God and to get to know about devotional service. Okay. So these are the 4 categories of people. Okay. You can see the various examples. Even you can say Gajendra Moksha, the story of the elephant Gajendra, where he was in trouble because his leg was being bitten up by the crocodile. Okay. And that's why he surrendered unto God. Okay. Then you can see, you can take Maharaj Parikshit as an example of inquisitive who wanted to know about Srimad Bhagavatam. Even Dhruv Maharaj as an as the one who are desirer of wealth. Okay. And then you can see there's and then you can see there is people at there are many brahmanas at Naimisharanya who are assembled to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Suta Goswami. Okay. So that same Bhagavatam, which was recited by Shukdev Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit, that same Bhagavatam was recited by Suta Goswami to the Brahmanas to the sages in Naimisharanya. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. So these are the four kinds of people who surrender unto God, and who is the best among the four people is the Jnani, because he is in full knowledge about the absolute truth, and he knows that and because he is Jnani, or because he is intelligent enough, he knows that only by surrendering to Lord Krishna he can attain the goal of life. Okay.
What is the meaning of pious people?
Pious means you can say good people, or people who have done a lot of punya. Punya means like good activities, you can say.
Okay.
Like how we learnt about karmis, vikarmis, and akarmis, like that. So karmis are those, who have done pious activities and all. Pious means like punya, you can say. Okay. उदार सर्व एवैते ज्ञानीत्व त्वात्मैव मे मतम आस्थिता सह युक्तात्मा माम एवानुतमम गतिम. All these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls, but he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me, the highest and the most perfect goal. Okay. So all these devotees, when they surrender, they will attain the knowledge of Lord Krishna. Okay. And they will attain the highest and the most perfect good. Okay. Now this was the shloka which I was talking about in the starting. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan maam prapadyante vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha. Okay. Anybody would like to read the translation? Mishri Mataji, you can read.
After many births and deaths, he is who actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare.
Okay, so they are saying that those who surrender unto Lord Krishna after many and many births, and knowing me to be the cause of all causes, that is Sarva Karana Karanam, such a soul is very, very rare. That's what I explained in the beginning also. So how those two slokas were interconnected. One was Sahasranam, that second sloka, or I think third sloka, yes. So once you realize, once you get knowledge of Lord Krishna, when you surrender, Lord Krishna is saying that such a soul who surrenders after many millions of births, such a soul is very, very rare. Okay. And I also explained you the rarity, like how the ones who, how the ones who how rare are you, like among the millions of species there are, and means it's very difficult to find a devotee of Lord Krishna. Okay. Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desire surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. Okay. I mean, everyone's heart has a super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, I make the faith steady so that he can devote himself to the particular deity. Okay. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and the fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planet of demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach to me. Okay. So here Krishna is explaining that, see, there are some people, who do pujas and all those things by, by worshipping various Devi Devatas and all. Okay. For some material benefit. Okay. So, so that is useless uh, because you are asking for material and temporary benefits. Okay. So that is not what you call intelligence. The intelligence are people are those who ask for something spiritual, like devotional service towards Lord Krishna and all, like that type of things. Not that you ask, oh God, please oh God, please give me my daily bread and all those things. That is all basic, means like, why you have to approach God for your, for saying, oh God, please give me that, please give me Lamborghini car, please, and all. So that is all foolish, and and that's why, therefore, such people who want temporary fruitive desires, they worship the demigods. Okay. And demigods are also like, oh, okay, anyways, let us give it to him. Okay. So that's a means demigods, they get pleased easily and they give the things very easily, but Lord Krishna does not give things easily. Okay. So therefore, it is very important that you don't ask for material benefits. Okay. To the demigods. Okay. You can even ask, like, you can ask that, please increase my devotion towards Lord Krishna, because at the end, even the demigods are the servants of the Supreme Lord. Okay. So that is how it is. So if we see, there is one example. Okay. Like, I don't remember. Yeah, Bhasmasur. Okay. He was one of the demons. Okay. So what did he do? Okay. He prayed to Lord Shiva. Okay. And uh, 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 he prayed to Lord Shiva. Okay. Uh, and he got a boon that whoever's head he touches, okay, whoever heads he touches, okay, he'll be able to destroy, okay, that person. Okay. So whoever head is touches. Okay. Now what happened after praying to Lord Shiva and getting that boon? He ran after Lord Shiva to kill him. So so this is what happens. So this is what happens when you worship to demigods for the fruitive results. Okay. So uh, so so he ran after Lord Shiva to kill him by touching his head. Okay. Now he was very in a Lord Shiva was in a very distressed condition. So he approached the Lord Vishnu, and now Lord Vishnu, what did he do? He made him do, he came in a form of a female. Okay, trying to attract him. Okay. And what happened is that he was performing the dance steps, and he told him to copy the steps. Okay. So slowly he did this dance steps, and at the end, what did he do? The last step was that he touches his own head, the female dancer. Okay. Means who was the form of Lord Vishnu. Okay. So by copying the step, Bhasmasur also touched his own head, and that's how he got killed by himself. Okay. So that is how, that is how it happens. So people who are small intelligence, they ask for such fruitive type of and such fruitive and temporary results to the demigods, which can sometimes even cause harm to the demigods. अव्यक्तम व्यक्तिम आपन्नम मान्यते माम अबुद्धया परम भावम अजानन्तो ममा ममाव व्ययम अनुतम. Unintelligent men who do not know the me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was impersonal before, and now I have assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. Okay. Okay, so what is Lord Krishna explaining in this? That some people who are very who interpret the shastras in their own way and who are intelligent, okay, the and who fool the common people in the society, what they think is that uh, Krishna was impersonal before, okay, that he was an impersonal means like light, okay, he's formless, he does not have any form, okay. So and he thinks that because he had to take an incarnation, he has assumed this personality in a form of material body, but actually Krishna's body is spiritual, okay. So therefore these unintelligent people do not know that there is a means the do not understand God as Bhagavan means the as a personality. They only understand him as Brahman, or the means the impersonal Brahman, that is in the form of light. They think God is some kind of light. But Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yogamaya Samavrita Mudhoyam Jabi Jananti Lokomam Ajamavviram. I am never manifest to the ones who are foolish and unintelligent. For them I am covered by eternal creative potency, and so so the deluded knows me not, and who I am unborn and infallible. Okay, so what does he say is that he never manifested his original form to those who are foolish and unintelligent. Okay, now we are saying that, oh, then if we see Duryodhana had also seen the form of Krishna and all, so why did Krishna display his form to such demonic and foolish people? So actually what does this shloka mean is that, see, seeing Krishna is okay, but even Duryodhana saw Krishna, okay, that is, seeing Krishna is not important, but see the even though he saw the form of Krishna, he didn't believe him as the supreme personality of God. But rather he thought that he's some kind of magician, okay, that he just does some just tries to do some magic and all, and that's how he gets all these things. In fact, he even showed the miniature version of Vishwaru, that is the universal form. In the 11th chapter we'll study about that. So he even showed the miniature form of Lord, the universal form, but still he didn't believe. He's like, he's just a he's just a person who does tricks and who knows magic and all. So he's just a magician, not the supreme personality of God. Okay, so therefore, even though they saw Lord Krishna, but still his original form as the supreme personality of Godhead, they could never understand it, because he covered himself by the internal potency. Now, what is internal potency? Antaranga Shakti. We also read that about that before. Okay. Now, persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are freed from dualities of will. They engage themselves in my service and with determination. Okay. So therefore, the ones who have acted piously, all those people who have done sukriti in their previous lives, they only get the opportunity to do the devotional service. Oh Arjuna, the supreme personality of Godhead. Oh Arjuna, as the supreme personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that has happened in the present, and all those things that are yet to come. I also know the living entities, but me, no one knows. So, therefore, uh, Krishna is saying that he knows about everything. He is the all-knower. Okay, he knows everything. Okay, and then there is the next sloka. O scion of Bharata, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by the dualities arising by desire and hate. Okay, so so once you get into Maya, you come into these dualities. Okay, you get into this negative emotions like desire and hate. Okay, just a minute. Why it's not going? Just, yeah, finally, yes. So, yes. So this is how living entities are. So this talks about, this also talks about how living entities are covered by Maya, which I've already explained before. Qualifications of devotees to perform means they have to have acted pious, means those who have acted done some, sukriti, or you can say sukriti means like some pious actions. So pious means punya, okay, punya or good actions that in their previous life, and who are completely, free of sinful actions. Such type of person, they will they'll come into devotional service. Jara marana mokshaya mam ashritya yatanti ye te brahma tadvidu kritsnam adhyatmam karma chakhilam. Okay, who would like to read this?
Prabhuji, I will read.
Yes.
Intelligent persons who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death take refuge in me. In devotional service, they are actually Brahman because they entirely know everything about transcendental activities.
Okay. So here they are mentioning that that those who understand, those who, who surrender unto Lord Krishna to attain liberation, okay, from old age and disease, old age and death, they take refuge in, they surrender unto God. Okay. Now see, in this Brahman means soul. Okay. Now don't get confused with the impersonal Brahman. Okay. So that's why Krishna is called the form of Krishna that is there, that is called the supreme Brahman. Okay, this is the Brahman. Brahman means actually soul. Okay, so that's what they means. They are the soul who are, they are the souls who are intelligent. That's what Krishna means. Okay, sa sadhibhuta daivam mam sa okay. साधिभूताधिदैवं मां साधियज्ञं च ये विदु प्रायणका प्रायणकालेऽपि च मां ते विदुर्युक्तचेतसः. Would like to read this?
Prabhuji, I will read.
Yes, you can.
Those in full conscience of me who know me in the Supreme Lord to be governing principle of the material manifestation of the demigods and all of methods of sacrifice can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So therefore, those who understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, okay, they can even remember him even at the time of death. You see, they are given the example of Bhishma, who was on the, you can say
He
the
is in
bed
the
of,
battlefield of Kurukshetra.
yeah, he was killed in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Actually Arjuna's made him fell into a, bed of arrows. Okay, if you see in his bodies, there are so many arrows, okay, which are stuck. Okay, so so he was, made to sit on a bed of arrows. Okay, but even at his last moment, he prayed to Lord Krishna, and his prayers are also called Vishnu Sahasranamam. Okay, so where he meditate upon the Supreme Lord and he offered his prayers. So such type of devotees who are, who understand and know Lord Krishna, they can even remember Lord Krishna at the time of death.
Prabhuji, he had the boon that he will only die when he wants to. So he died. He asked Lord Krishna to come to him to see him, and when Lord Krishna came, then he had the wish to die.
Yeah. So yeah, he had a boon. Very nicely said that he had a boon to die whenever he wanted to. Okay, though he gets the pain, but he can still live, continue to live. So actually, he was actually waiting for the Kurukshetra war to end, and he wanted to see Yudhishthira getting, getting to the throne. Okay, so if we see, then actually what happens in that story is that just like see Arjuna was in confusion before the battlefield, Yudhishthira came into confusion after the battlefield, where he thought that by killing his own cousins and all, why did he do and all. Okay, so now now Krishna, now see, if Krishna wanted, Krishna was supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, he himself could have, just like how he explained to Arjuna, he could have explained to Yudhishthira to become the king. Okay, but the thing was that he wanted to glorify his devotees. Okay, so and he knew that Bhishma Pitama was a very great devotee, and he wanted to glorify him. So what did he did? What did he told to Yudhishthira? That you have to take instructions from. He told to Yudhishthira to take instructions from Yudhishthira, and that's how he convinced him to become the king of the world. Okay, and after that he offered his prayers to Lord Krishna, and then he peacefully and died. Okay, yes. So this is where we come to the end of our chapter. Okay, so I hope you understood everything. Okay, I explained two to three new things. Okay, like about Kshirodakshay Vishnu, Karnodakshay Vishnu, and all. Then also the 9 processes of devotional service. Now it's called Navvidha Bhakti. Okay, you can remember it. Okay, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakhyam Atmani Vedanam. Okay. Okay. So this is the end of the chapter. Any doubts anybody has?
No.
No, Prabhuji.
Okay.
No, Prabhu.
You sure
No,
everybody sure,
Prabhuji.
right?
Prabhuji,
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
can you please send the test link, as the day of the test I was at my relative's wedding, so I missed the test.
Moksha Mataji, what you can do is that, see, what will happen is that this level 2 will go in a cycle. Okay, so first now see, first 6 chapters are over, then there will be 7 to 12, then 12 to 18. Okay, now after we complete the 18 chapters, okay, we'll again come to 1 to 6 chapters. Okay, and that time when we'll come, you can attend during that time exam. Okay,
Okay,
so this will
okay,
go in
Prabhuji.
rotation. Okay,
Okay,
so now you can just attend from here. Okay,
okay,
yes. So, and after you complete the 3 exams, you will be able to get the certificate for level 2. Yes. So anybody has any other doubts? I have sent the attendance link in the chat. Please fill the form.
Home address means we have to put our the residence address of our home.
Yeah. You can just put in short, like not. Just like how we have been filling since so many times.
What to do after the filling up the attendance form?
Prabhuji,
You
can
can just wait for some time and we'll conclude the class, okay?
Prabhuji,
Yes?
can I leave the meeting? I filled the attendance form.
Okay, okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, I have filled my attendance link. Can I leave?
Okay, those who have filled their attendance form, please leave, okay?
Hare Krishna,
Okay,
Prabhuji, I
Prabhu.
filled my attendance form. Can I leave?
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन।